Everyone, in this first impressions video, I'm taking a look at the new MECOOL KM2 Plus Deluxe that I received from MECOOL this morning. It's been a while since MECOOL released a new Android TV box, and I've been looking forward to reviewing this device, which seems to take aim at the NVIDIA Shield. This is running Android TV 11, comes with 32 gigabytes of internal storage, 4 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, has 2 USB 2.0 ports, micro SD slot, supports Wi-Fi 6, has a gigabit LAN port, IR connector, optical out, supports AV1 HDR, includes Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision, plus it's Netflix certified. It comes with an oversized remote that we haven't seen with too many boxes, which adds numbers and some colored buttons that I assume we can customize to open our favorite apps. Upon first inspection, I love the colored buttons if that's what they will be used for, but I'm not a big fan of the numbers on the remote. I will provide an in-depth review later this week after I've used it for a few days, and will let you know once that's done through my TroyPoint Advisor and Insider. Special thanks to each of you for supporting TroyPoint through your patron or founding member subscriptions. You guys are awesome, and I wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Now I'm going to connect the KM2 Plus Deluxe to my TV and boot it up. All right, guys, I'm going to power up the box. I'm going to pair the remote. Choose English. Now I am already connected to the gigabit port on the device, so I don't need to set up my wireless network. However, in this video, I will connect wirelessly so we can check out the download speeds both with the gigabit port and the Wi-Fi 6 connection. Okay, now I'm going to sign in to Google with my Gmail account. I'm going to accept terms of service. I'm going to leave location on, uncheck, help improve Android. Hit accept. Google Assistant, I'm going to allow. Turn on. No for the promotional emails. The device has booted, and you will see here we have the older looking Android TV launcher. Now I'm sure once we reboot the device, we're going to see the actual Google TV launcher. But before doing that, I just want to move up, go into the gear icon, device preferences, about, system update. Let's see if there's any updates available. And there is not. So what I'm going to do now is move down and hit restart. Let's see what happens now when the device boots up. More than likely, we will see the Google TV interface. All right, this is still showing the old Android TV interface. Maybe it's going to just take a few minutes to update. We will check back later on that. I'm going to go into settings, click about. I'm going to click Android TV OS build 7 times to become a developer. Back button. Developer options. I'm going to turn on USB debugging because I am going to try to activate a third-party launcher in this video. Make sure that that's working. As always, I'm going to change all of these to 0.5. Just going to make the system faster, much quicker between clicks on the screen and going between the various menus. Now this does come with 32 gigabytes of internal storage. That should be plenty. But in my review, I'm still going to test to see if expanding internal storage with a USB drive does work. And for that, I need to turn this on. Review for this will be coming later this week. I'm going to go into more settings there just to see what they have in this section. Looks like most of this we can get to probably within the regular settings panel. And just really quick, I'm just going to go through the various settings within device preferences here. Time zone is already set properly. It's probably going off of my IP address. Screen resolution is set to auto. It does have an HDR policy dialog here where we can completely turn HDR off or have it on adaptive or always HDR. That's good to see. Screen position, we can actually zoom in or zoom out if for some reason the display is not showing properly on the television. We have a switch here for HDMI control with HDMI input. Now, I don't have a surround sound system set up. More than likely, that's why this is checked. But I would suggest coming in here and choosing auto for that. Increase the quality and clarity of the dialogue. This is a new setting that I have not seen within the MECOOL devices. For now, I'm going to leave this off. I will get into this within the review after I do a little bit more research into that. Storage, we have 28 gigabytes. And again, 4 gigabytes are already being used by the various system apps that are already installed and also the operating system. Home screen. Again, with the older layout for Android TV, it did give us the option to change items on the home screen. But I think after a few minutes, we will get that update to where the Google TV interface will kick in. More than likely, these options here won't be available anymore. Google Assistant, that is on. It has Chromecast built in. Screensaver options. Can turn off the display completely. You can come in here, change that. I am going to change that to 1 hour. Standby mode definition, it either goes to sleep or shuts down. I'm going to keep it on sleep. So that is the device preferences tab. I am going to name this device. Okay, I'm going to go back into device preferences. I do want to see if there's a system update again. It was my understanding that this was going to be the Google TV layout. And again, I'm not seeing that. It really doesn't matter to me because more than likely we're going to be able to install a third-party launcher, which I do all the time anyway for these devices. So I really don't care if they have the new Google TV interface or not. Some may want that, but personally, it doesn't matter to me. And actually, if I were going to leave this default launcher, I would rather have this than Google TV. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open Google Play Store and install some applications. I'm going to try the voice search. Click while using the app. Downloader. Everything is very snappy. There's no lag whatsoever. The remote's working very well. All right, I'm going to hit the back button. Now I'm going to install ATV Launcher Pro. That's my third-party launcher that I want to try out. ATV Launcher Pro. All right. And the last app I'm going to install through Google Play is Analyty Speed Test. Analyty Speed Test. And there it is. There is the Google TV layout. It just took a while for this to appear. I think what happens is once it's been turned on and connected to the internet for a while, it downloads an update in the background, and then it just automatically applies it to the device. Unfortunately, there's no way to stop that update in case you did want that older Android TV interface. I am going to go back into settings. I'm curious if we go into device preferences, home screen, we can still customize the various options in here. So that option is still available. Okay, now I'm going to open the TroyPoint toolbox, and we're going to install a few applications through there. Make sure that Sideloading is working. I'm going to click Allow, OK, Up button, 250931. Now I am going to add this as a favorite within Downloader. I'm going to hold down on the OK button of the remote. Click Add Current Page to Favorites. Back button to get rid of the keyboard. Hit Save. Now that's going to be available over here under Favorites. Much quicker the next time I come in here. I don't have to wait for the 5-second load screen with the ads. Okay, the apps I'm going to install on this page are Surfshark, Kodi, TV Mate, and Launcher Manager. And hit Download. I need to go into Settings. Since this is the first time we're trying to install third-party apps from Downloader, we're being prompted to turn this on. So I'm going to turn on Downloader. We won't have to do that again in the future. That's just a one-time thing. Back button, go back into Downloader. That file should be here, and there it is. Install. Done. I am going to get rid of this installation file. Back to the TroyPoint toolbox. I'm going to get Kodi. Now, Kodi can be installed through the Google Play Store. I'm just getting this here because it's convenient. Surfshark can also be installed through Google Play Store. But the reason I do it through the toolbox is because that's always pointing to the most recent stable release of the app. Sometimes these app stores are behind, sometimes weeks and even months. And that's why I always do it through the toolbox, so I'm getting the latest and greatest. Install Kodi. Delete the installation file. And now I'm also going to install TV Mate and Launcher Manager. I'm not going to have you guys sit through that. I will fast forward through this section. Same process as far as downloading and installing like I just did with Surfshark and Kodi. Okay guys, I'm done with the Downloader app. I'm going to go home. Now I want to try to enable ATV Launcher Pro, which is a third-party launcher, to get rid of the Google TV interface with all these various advertisements. That's the one reason I really like Android TV and Google TV, is because we still have the option to run third-party launchers. So I'm going to open Launcher Manager, which I installed through the TroyPoint toolbox. I'm going to click Enable Custom Launcher. Click Always Allow from this computer, and then click Allow. And now it says ATV Launcher. I'm going to hit the Home button on my remote. And ATV Launcher loads. Now, let's make sure that this remains the default launcher after reboot. I'm going to hold down on the OK button of my remote for a few seconds, go into Android settings. Now, whenever completing that action, I always want to use the Android settings option. So I'm going to choose that and then click Always. Device preferences. Restart. Let's make sure that this third-party launcher sticks and it doesn't go back to the original launcher. Great to see that ATV Launcher Pro booted immediately without going to the original launcher. Now I do want to test the download speeds, but before I do that, I want to go back into Android settings. Something I forgot to do right when I came in here, which I usually do. Go into apps, see all apps. Just want to see if there's anything in here that I want to uninstall. Google Play Games, can't uninstall that. I am going to leave Netflix and Prime Video installed because I want to make sure that these are both coming through with HD resolution. Looks like those are both baked into the operating system as well. So the nice thing about these MECOOL devices, they don't put any crap on here by default. As you can see here, I'm not going to uninstall anything. Now, some may wish to uninstall both Netflix and Prime Video if you don't use those, but since I will need these for the review, I'm going to leave them on here. Okay, let's go ahead and test the download speed. Now remember, I am connected to the gigabit port with my Ethernet cord. We'll first test that, then I will connect wirelessly and we'll check the speeds on that. I'm using Analytics. Very fast speeds. Now I do have a gigabit internet connection. Those are some great speeds. 480 for download and just over 100 for upload. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and unplug the Ethernet cord. All right, it says Ethernet is not connected. I'm going to go back into Android settings. And now I'm going to connect to my Wi-Fi 6 wireless router. I'm going to launch Analytics. Wow. I'm getting even better speeds with the Wi-Fi chip than I am with the gigabit port. And that's saying a lot. That's the fastest download speed that I've ever seen on an Android box, Fire TV, as far as Wi-Fi is concerned. That is screaming fast download speed. And the upload speed, as you can see there, is higher as well at 243 megabits per second. So obviously they have a very good wireless chip built into this KM2 Plus Deluxe. Now, in the review, I will also connect to Surfshark VPN and I'll do some speed testing with that active as well. But right out of the gate, I'm extremely impressed with the download and upload speeds for both gigabit and wireless. Okay, next I want to go into this here app key definition. Now, when I first looked at this remote, I was under the assumption that the colored buttons would be the buttons we would be mapping with this application, but it looks like we are mapping the buttons at the bottom of the remote, YouTube, Netflix, Prime Video, and Google Play. So I'm going to start with this button here, and we'll have this first one, Launch TV Mate. That's going to be the app that I use the most on this device. Okay, now I'm going to move over. We'll choose this second one. And the next most popular application for me would be Kodi. Now, I have some other apps that I would usually install, such as SmartTube Next, ad-free YouTube, and then Syncler, the Wade app, things like that that I haven't installed yet. But just to save time, I will go ahead and just map this one here to Downloader, and then we'll do this one to Surfshark. Okay, let's test these out now. I'm going to go back to the home screen. I'm going to push YouTube, and that opened TV Mate. Netflix. That opened Kodi. Prime Video. That opened Downloader. And then Google Play. That opened Surfshark. A really cool feature. That's awesome to see that they're giving us the opportunity to map those 4 buttons right out of the box. Now, getting back to the colored buttons at the top of the remote, I'm wondering if those will work for the various colored buttons within IPTV applications such as TV Mate. I'll look into that a little bit more within the review. More than likely, we can map those to something within specific apps themselves. First impression so far, guys, I really like it. It's very fast. There's no lag whatsoever going between screens and apps. The apps are opening very quickly. The download speeds are the best I've seen as far as any type of Android TV, Google TV, or Fire TV device. But I will dive into a lot more within the review that will be coming out later this week. I am going to use this on a regular basis over the next few days so I can really test out the features of this box, put it through its paces within TV Mate. I'll put an IPTV service into it, test out Kodi and some other streaming applications and see if there's any problems. Take a look at the quality as far as the streams are concerned. And also, like I mentioned earlier, I will see if we can expand internal storage with a USB drive. And I'll check out the mouse toggle app for Android TV, see if that's working. There's a lot that I can get into with this box, and I will go through as much as I can for the detailed review. I'm curious to hear if any of you guys have ordered this, and if you have received it, what are your initial thoughts? Please place those comments below this video. Keep your eyes peeled for the upcoming review. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video, and also thank you for following Troy Point and supporting us with your patron or founding member subscription. Have an awesome day. Take care.